In Gaza, displaced survivors face a slow, silent weapon of war, freezing nights and an unimaginable hunger. And with winter setting in, it's only going to get worse.
We go inside our tents after sunset and don't go out because it's very cold, and it gets colder by midnight. My 7-year-old daughter almost cries at night because of how cold she is.
Oxfam says since October 6, the UN and humanitarian partners have attempted 137 missions to North Gaza. Out of 34 humanitarian aid trucks that were given permission, only 12 entered northern Gaza and managed to distribute food and water.
A bag of flour is not even enough for 5 days.
But with constant shelling in the north, people are pushed to desperate measures to survive, and humanitarian helpers are on their knees. Aid workers say Israeli forces continue to block access to aid despite permission being granted. And in some cases, when aid reaches the shelters, Israeli forces attack the area hours later, like in the case of Mahadia al-Shawa school.
The rules have broken down because there is no governance structure, which means that we as the humanitarian community are having to face the consequences of, one, not having access facilitated by the Israelis and impediments in our ability to move trucks, but also having to deal with the consequences on the ground from the community that when they need food, we just can't get to there as quickly as they need it, which means that creates an environment where people take matters into their own hands, which means it allows for an environment for criminality.
Oxfam Middle East and North Africa director describes the situation in Gaza as apocalyptic and people are trapped. 1.6 million live in makeshift shelters, some in flood-prone areas. Only 23% have received support to help protect them from the rain and cold. In a statement, she said it is abhorrent that despite international law being so publicly violated by Israel and starvation being used relentlessly as a weapon of war, world leaders continue to do nothing, putting thousands at risk of exposure and famine in the open-air prison during winter. Kristina Simich, TRT World.